Welcome to your weekly pulse of wellness. I am your host, Tobi Adetayo, a dedicated sport physiotherapist with a passion to helping you live pain-free, healthier, and a more vibrant life. This podcast is focused on physiotherapy, fitness, and nutrition, bringing you science-backed strategies to helping you live better, stay stronger, and thrive every day. On today's episode, we'll be talking about anterior cruciate ligament injury. So today I have with me a dedicated sport physiotherapist as well. Hodovai, can you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi everyone listening. My name is Hodovai. Like he said, I'm a sports physiotherapist, and it's good to be here. You've been on this for months. So it's good that it's finally happening, and I can't wait to get started because, again, it's good to let people know what we do and help them in terms of like their daily living, because we don't want, as much as patients need to come, we want them to live the best of lives.
That's true. Thank you very much. So I understand that you value your time. We all do value our time. So let's get straight into it. So what is anterior cruciate ligament itself, and how does it usually get turned? Is it just from sports, or someone can just have it during their daily life?
Yeah, both ways. So let me start from the first question. The ACL, that's the anterior cruciate ligament. So it's a ligament that runs from your thigh bone to your shin bone. So it's like it goes diagonal. So imagine a rope going diagonally from left to right. That's how the ligament works. So it helps to prevent your shin bone, that's the tibia, from sliding out, and it also helps to prevent you from injuring your knee with rotation. So if there's no ACL, you can't rotate basically because your knee will just give way. So that's what the ACL does. In terms of people that can be affected, most of the time we see it with sports people, basketballers, football players, but regular people can have ACL injuries, because it can be caused by maybe a bad fall, just a regular jump, and then there's hyperextension of the knee. It can happen to anybody, because we've also had cases where just irregular, he doesn't play sports, he doesn't do anything, and you're seeing an ACL. It's usually funny because there was even the time, there's some tweets. There was one tweet I saw one time, and somebody said he had an ACL and he doesn't do sports. So till today, they laugh at him. People feel it's a sports thing, but anybody can have an ACL injury.
That's true. Thank you for that insight. So when someone tears their ACL, right, what are the first signs they notice, and what should they do immediately that can avoid making it worse?
So first sign most times is that pop sound. You hear the pop sound. Again, it's also caused from, like I said, hyperextension of the knee, or running, like trying to twist of the knee when you're trying to change direction. So most times you hear the pop sound. After that, there's going to be instability in terms of moving the knee, then swelling, which is very, very, it's one of the most obvious signs. So when that happens, it's important not to do a lot of things. First thing would be to protect the knee. There's something we use, police, and we used to use rice, price, but you have to protect the knee. You have to, then we used to say rest, but optimal loading. Then ice, which is very important. So you can use ice for a couple of hours, to be fair, repeatedly, but not for a very extensive period of time, but in bits, can break it down in bits. That's very important, and don't use heat. Using heat just worsens the inflammatory process that's going on.
Right.
And no intensive massage, no alcohol, it's not, all those are not necessary. So after using the ice, you can use like a compressive band, or then you now elevate the leg. That's like first aid somewhat when that happens. Ensure that you don't put pressure on the knee, because it's going to just make it worse. So football players, like we see most times when it's been diagnosed, what happens is you just either stretch it off the pitch or carry it off. You don't want to put weight on a leg that just had an issue. Yeah.
Oh, right. That's actually very comprehensive. So let's break it down a bit. Most people, okay, let's use footballers as an example. We are used to saying you see headline the next day, this person has had ACL, then it's going to be hard for a certain number of weeks. So but I understand that not everyone needs surgery, right, for ACL.
Yeah.
So how do you decide when who can cover with physiotherapy alone and who needs surgery?
Okay. Yeah, so that's dependent on a couple of factors. One is like the grade of the tear. So the 3 grades, there's the mild, there's the moderate, and like the very severe one. So for the grade 1, that's grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. For the grade 1, you might not need to do surgery most of the time. That's when physiotherapy is recommended. Grade 2 to some extent. But like you said, for sports players or people that are really, really active, a lot of times surgery is suggested if it's a grade 2. Most times, but grade 3, you have to do surgery more often than not because it's a complete rupture of the ligament. Yeah, so for grade 1, it can be managed most times, but for football players, for kids, for adults who generally just do daily living, it's very easy to manage. You're not running extensively, you're not playing football, so you can be managed. But if you're actively, playing sports, in your best interest, it would be good to just get a surgery done and all of that. But surgery is not the mainstay. It's not once you have an ACL injury, surgery straight. You have to do a diagnosis. You have to look at what you do, like your daily activity, how it impacts that too. So all of those factors now determine whether surgery is needed or not.
Okay. So in the beginning you mentioned that for the mild physiotherapy, you can go to physiotherapy straight away. So is it that after for this severe, after the surgery, that's all? No.
Oh no. That's another thing that people think. They just feel surgery is done, they just rush back. It's usually not like that, and that's even the one that requires a longer form of physiotherapy, because after surgery you need to do like your SQCs, you need to do, because it's another thing that's important is, yes, the ACL on the knee is affected, but there are different things, there are different muscle groups that impact the knee, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, the calves, the ankles. So you have to be able to work on these areas while the knee is recovering, because if you just leave your leg, there's muscle wasting, there's weakness that can occur. So during the periods where after the surgery, you're working on strengthening quads, strengthening your hamstrings, strengthening your hip muscles, the calves, to the point where you'll be strong enough, to support the knee while the process is going on.
That's great. That's true. So how long does it really take to fully recover from an ACL injury?
I mean, generally, it usually takes around 9 to 12 months. But with like sports advancement now, because I watch football a lot and I believe you do too, you see players come at like 6 months. I don't know what. I know there's a science to the speed, because I mean, technology has gone and science has gone far and wide. But generally, you're looking at 9 to 12 months for complete recovery. But then again, you also have to pass some certain tests. It's not like the 3 to 6 months is a case of them rushing you back. You have to pass certain tests. There's a FIFA 11 protocol. There's also some strength tests that you have to pass. So if you don't pass that, you cannot even play. So while it's 6 to maybe 9 months in what we see now, usually on the safe side, you're looking at maybe 9 to 12 months to return to full activity. That's for sports players, yeah. But for day-to-day people, maybe around 6 months. I mean, you can go on your daily walks, you can go to work, go home, but for active players, you're looking at 9 to 12 months.
Wow. ACL sounds like a very serious injury. So, children, kids, please try not to have ACL injury anyways. So, on a lighter note, what's the biggest mistake people make during ACL recovery that can slow them down or cause problem later in life?
Yeah, there are a couple of mistakes to make. So first one is they believe surgery is all that matters. So once you do the surgery, you just stay at home and rest and you believe you're back. Yeah, I mean, you might be able to move, but it's not going to last because all your other muscles are weak. Your hamstrings are weak, your calves, your quadriceps are weak, your calf muscles are weak. So you just assume that you just do the surgery and the knee is back. It doesn't work like that. The body is like a system, so every body part plays a role in the activation of the entire body system. Another thing is ignoring the unaffected leg. So once let's assume the right leg has the injury, all the effort, all the strengthening goes to this one, while the left leg is just there. It's not on the long run. It's not good because this is fine, but the left leg could now be prone to that injury. We've seen people have ACL injuries on like either foot, either leg rather, so either knee in this case. So you won't want that to happen. So it's important to pay attention to that. Then also exercises. People do not really do the exercises, or they do the wrong exercise, the wrong form. All of that just would not help you on the long run.
Right. So, speaking about exercise, for someone doing rehabilitation for ACL, what type of exercises or steps to get back to normal?
Yeah, so like I said, it's important to strengthen all the muscles around the knee. So you look at the SQC, the static quadricep contraction. You're looking at that's the early stage. That's just you just tightening your quad muscles. Just 30-20 seconds. You're looking at ankle pumps, heel slides, just gentle heel slides. Then as you progress, you can go into wall sitting, you can go into squats, then you can go into like leg curls, with weights as you progress. Then, you're now going to use like increased weights gradually. So you strengthen the calves, you strengthen the hamstrings, you strengthen the quadriceps, and all of those also help with the knee.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you very much. So, rounding off, what are the practical advice that you could give listeners to protect their knees or lower the risk of ACL injury?
I mean, one, especially for active people, ensure that you have very good balance control. If you're landing from a fall, to ensure that you brace yourself for impact, brace for impact, ensure that, your muscles are strong enough. Exercises are very important.
Right.
It's something that it prevents injuries. And you know what? If it can prevent you from going for surgery, something you can do. So quadricep strengthening, hamstrings, doing squats, doing lunges, all of this help to prevent it. Because most times also, the injury, aside from contact or non-contact, it could just happen from weakness to quadriceps, weakness to the hip muscles. So it's important to ensure that all your muscles are strong enough. Yeah, because you never know. A bad fall here, a contact injury there, can do that. But when you're healthy, when you exercise, when your muscles are strong enough, it would help. And also, in the case that anything of the sort happens, you have to ensure that you manage it well before you even get to see maybe a physiotherapist, or you should be able to manage it as fast as you can. Don't bear weight on it once it happens. You was trying to use ice, try to protect the knee, try to just do some slight movement, to ensure that your knee is in the right shape. Then once that is done, you try to get diagnosis as fast as possible. An MRI is really the best to properly diagnose, but the physiotherapist also can do some tests. You have the Ligament test, you have the Anterior test. So it's important to get the diagnosis as fast as possible so that you start recovering. Because the longer it tarries, the worse the outcome.
Right, that's good. So thank you very much for your time. So in all of this, prevention is better than cure, right?
Yeah.
So listeners, you've heard it. So the trick is to strengthen the muscles that support your knee as much as you can, especially if you are an athlete, footballer, basketballer, volleyballers, and things like that. So you focus more on balance and strength training, I assume.
Yeah, and
right?
also the motions, changing
right.
direction also have to be. It's not something that should be new to you.
Yes. Thank you very much. So there you have it, listeners. So prevention again is better than cure. But once you have such injury as ACL, the first thing is to protect the knee, to reduce the inflammation using ice, and of course seek proper medical attention for it to be attended to properly so that it can heal properly. Like you mentioned, healing can occur, of course, but we have bad healings too. If you don't manage it as you should manage it, you might, of course, the pain will go. You probably go back to using the knee, but sometimes in future it will still come back to haunt you. So this is why holistic management is required. Thank you again today for listening, and thank you, Hodovai, for coming on the podcast.
Yeah.
We hope to have you speak on another type of sport injuries soon enough.
We'll see how it goes.
All right, thank you very much.
Fair man.